The WordiVerse is a mini-series that I present on the subject of what is, we may say, what is in a word. So the WordiVerse, what is the WordiVerse conjuring up in your mind when you hear this term? Of course, I can't say what you should think about it. You've already made up your mind what you think it is. Perhaps you're curious, or perhaps you visualize that there is a universe of words. Well, we aim to investigate what is this wordiverse really is that comes from a time that's very difficult for us to put a number on. In our WordiVerse, we are going to look at the discovery of knowledge. That knowledge is to be discovered is really a very old concept. But it seems to me that it is, in today's environment, shall we say, a strange sort of a concept. The ancient people placed a high priority on the discovery of knowledge, and we are going to look in our little mini-series on the psychology, the internal psychology of this kind of discovery. So what is the WordiVerse? The WordiVerse is our self-conscious, self-aware world. There isn't another world that's not self-conscious, that is not composed of sound. Sound has been married with motion when we discovered that sound was none other than atomic motion. So words, sound, traveling through seemingly nothing is really an electromagnetic phenomenon. But on a larger scale, we look at spectrometry in the universe today, and we compose from digital data gathered by spectrometers, we compose pictures of the universe, of the supermassive structures of galaxies and all kinds of beautiful, wonderful things that we have discovered about the universe since the Hubble telescope and the first Voyager spacecraft. This universe also is the WordiVerse. Sound, it seems, is what it's made up of. At least that's what the physicists are saying, and we don't disagree with them. But we wonder how we can look at ourselves as beings, in fact, at the whole world, as somehow separate from the sound. That's a perplexing matter to me, that we view ourselves or hold ourselves as to be not that kind of sound. But we are all wordy. This is the WordiVerse with its many depth aspects. Shall we say its psychological aspects. I'm really curious about physicists, what physicists have to say about the operation of the universe, and it all seems to come down to frequency or sound. Just imagine the explosion in a supernova, how loud that noise, supermassive noise that must make. The ripple effects, the waves reaching us perhaps across many thousands or millions of light years. And what about gravitational waves, the disturbances in space-time? That's say 1,000 light years in amplitude. Sound, word. So our words possess a frame of reference. I'm talking about us as individuals. We have a frame of reference, a psychological frame of reference. And this frame of reference is a self-referring system. In other words, the information I gather through my senses and through all the things that I learn is referred to me. I'm the integrator, the synthesizer, and the understanding. And I refer that through the references I hold in my memory and my past, through which I synthesize my understanding. And then the words I speak is none other than what I understand about myself. The one must follow the other. So understanding, complexity, and forming knowledge all has to do with sounds and words. The WordiVerse. But our frame of reference is a complex unity, a complex psychological unity. And that's what we would like to talk about. We are not just one thing, a biological thing. We can clearly see that there is life everywhere. The question is sound connected with life? It seems to me that it is. But if I use my words to communicate meaning and understanding, I also use sound to do the same thing. Are my words, the things coming out of my mouth, are they dead or are they living? Once they leave and travel through the air, are they dead things until you hear them? Or is this part of an all living, unseen, living world? Because this world of the words which I'm talking about is full of knowledge. My understanding is my self-knowledge, is my knowledge of myself, is my understanding. These two can't possibly be separated. But it is possible that I could only have a certain kind of a knowledge because I'm not inclined to learn, or I accept my world for the biology it is. Or I dig a little deeper to see maybe there's something else that's higher, of a higher order than pure biology or pure genetics. And it is this something that we want to explore in the form of the WordiVerse. In the next video of the WordiVerse, we will look at the whole concept of I don't know.